Okay, so we need to find the derivative of f of x here, and f of x is equal to tan x. The first step, in order to derive tan of x, we need to actually know what it's equivalent to. So if we take tan of x here, from our trigonometry rules, we know that tan of x is equal to sinus x over cosinus of x. And now, when we want to apply the derivative on both sides of the equation, so here d dx, this basically tells us that if we found the derivative of this expression here, which is sine of x over cosine of x, that is going to be the derivative of my tan of x, and therefore the derivative of f of x here. So f prime of x. And we notice also here that here we have a quotient. So in order to solve this derivative, we need to use the quotient rule. And that is going to be the quotient rule. Now to the derivative, we're going to take the derivative of sine of x, d over dx. Our function here, f of x, is going to be equal to the derivative of sine of x, and that is basically cosine of x, multiplied with the function in the numerator, so that is going to be cosine of x, minus, now we're going to take the original function in the numerator, which is sine of x, multiplied with the derived denominator, which is going to be the derivative of cosine of x, and that is minus sine of x. And then, to complete the quotient rule, we're going to divide these two terms by cosine squared of x. So after that, we're going to simplify. What we basically have here is cosine of x times cosine of x, and that is basically cosine squared of x. Now here we have a negative and another negative, and these two cancel each other out, so what we will have is basically plus sine of x, or plus sine of x times sine of x, which is basically sine squared of x. And then again, we're going to divide. We cannot simplify the denominator further, so what we're going to have is again cosine squared of x.
If you got any unsolved problem in the world of numbers and equations, make sure to comment it down below and we can get it solved.
And so we will notice something here, is that this is something that we see very usually in trigonometry, and that is cosine squared of x plus sine squared of x is just basically equal to 1. So what we have here in the numerator has the value of 1 always. So with that, we can continue to simplify further to substitute for these two terms in the numerator for just 1. So what we will have is 1 over the cosine squared of x. And we will see here that we can simplify this further. We can say this is secant squared of x, and that basically is going to be our final answer. And that's how we get the derivative of tangent of x.
Don't forget to subscribe to Sam's Education channel and hit the notifications bell to receive regular updates and access to a variety of solved exercises. See you in the next video.